Okay, for this one, I created a diffuse map, but I want something underneath it. I want this to be overexposed on a texture, so I just need to bring a texture. And you remember that we're going to use the projection brush, the second tool here, and I'm going to click on it. So this is a projection brush. This acquires a stencil, and we need to go to the image browser and go and find the file with the textures. I keep all my textures in one directory, so I can go and find it right away. So documents, textures. So I select this folder, and it has other subfolders in it. So I have like textures in here. Okay, so now I can use one of these textures with command or control in the PC, control minus, control plus. You can actually zoom in or zoom out here in this viewer. Now this is my brush down here. I'm going to use the stencil, and I'm going to throw that as a stencil. Go to the 3D view, and now I have my image there. So this image is static. It's stuck on the screen. To move it around, you just click S and hold down the S key, and you can navigate the way you navigate in Maya, and that actually modifies the position, scale, and rotation of the image. So then when you want to move around the space, you let go of the S key, you go and press the Alt key. So it's kind of convenient. Now I can use also this one, this view cube, so I can kind of line up in a perspective front. If I want to start painting this, and I'm gonna just line it up. Let's say I want to make it that big. These squares are gonna be like kind of that size. I can start painting them. I can, but I don't want to paint on the same layer. I want to go and create a new layer. So create new layer, and this one is going to be texture 1. I can say like tiles. So that tiles 01, and 2K TIFF diffuse, still in the diffuse channel, but I'm gonna start painting it. So now my brush is here, and I can paint. I can also see if it's better with no lights, so flat lighting. Flat lighting is better with these things because you actually see the real texture. Now when I approach the sides, I make the brush smaller, and I'm a little bit careful. So it might take you a little bit of time to do that. Sometimes it's just, with the pen it's easy. You can actually, so not too small, but like small enough so it doesn't leak. It doesn't go over the other side. It will potentially. I have some brush strokes that I will need to clean up in a minute, but for now I'm just trying to get this. See, I'm covering the dirt layer, but that's not a problem. I'm going to go back to that in a little bit. So I'm just adding these tiles. So let's say I'm done with adding this piece. I'm going to hold down the S key, middle mouse, move this guy over to this side, and I can kind of figure out how to tile it. Now if I don't do a very good job here, I'm trying to like tile it, but if it doesn't work very well, I'll go back and use the stamp tool, because there's a stamp tool here that I can figure out how to. So now this is second piece being painted. Okay, now, not bad, almost. I mean, I had some problems here. Of course, with the eraser tool, you can get that stuff out of the way. You can select the eraser tool and kind of clean up the edges. Even here, you can actually go and clean it up. You can turn off the flat lighting, and you can see where it kind of. Now, here's a very good tool is the stamp tool. Here's the clone tool, sorry, the clone tool, and you have to use it, press the control key to clone stuff. So let's make the brush smaller, get the control, click, and start applying this. The clone tool is great because let me see. You can, what's going on? Let me make a new layer over. Okay. What's going on here? One second, let me pause this video, something is wrong.